Spanish 3, more subjunctive, right? It was so good the first time around. You've been dying to do more with it, as have I. So we're gonna do it today. Get a little bit more in depth, learn new ways of using this stuff, right? Thinking about just how to make the subjunctive, right? You remember, you go to your yo form, present, indicative, you find your yo, then you drop your o. You drop your o, okay? From there, you throw in your ending. If you're dealing with an AR verb, you've got AS, amos, an. If you're dealing with an ER or an IR verb, as, amos, an, right? You remember how it's like a little bit backwards. You were using these endings on these verbs that didn't seem to fit, and that's what made the subjunctive so much fun and kind of a little bit easier to get in that it was backwards from what you were used to, okay? You, of course, remember there are some irregulars, ir, ser, saber, estar, those that aren't going to follow the normal pattern. They're going to buck the trend, so you have to memorize them. You have to work with them a little bit. And you, of course, remember the most important word of the subjunctive, que. Every time you find your que, you look left to see if you have some sort of an expression that indicates influencia, emoción, or duda, right? Influencia, emoción, duda, right? So influence was things like, I want that, I hope that. Emotion was, I'm sad that, I'm happy that. And doubt was, ooh, I doubt that, or I don't think that, okay? And so today, we're going to move beyond just those three different ways to wondering if something exists. We're going to talk about people and things, and anytime there's a doubt as to their existence, no matter how small, we're going to have to use the subjunctive, right? Let's pick a theme to be able to talk about these, and let's think about going to the movies. Vamos al cine, okay? In order to go to the movies, right, we're going to want to go to one that's actually open, okay? So necesitamos ir al cine que está abierto. Okay? And you're looking at all this, you're going, well, there's a K, all right, but wait, the verb that comes after the K, that's in the present indicative, jives. It's not subjunctive. What are you doing, right? Well, it's not subjunctive because we know that the movie theater, the thing that we're talking about, we know it exists, right? We need to go to the movie theater that's open. Necesitamos ir al cine que está abierto. Let's make that a little bit clearer by looking at, right, the other situation of, well, we need to go to a movie theater that's open. Necesitamos ir a un cine que esté abierto. Now you've got your subjunctive, you've got the K, and the thing that precedes the K that we're talking about is a movie theater, and we don't know whether it exists. We need to go to a movie theater that's open, but we can't be sure if one actually exists. All right? Also, well, we need to find a movie theater that actually has our movie. Buscamos un cine que, we're going to use the verb tener, la película, right? A movie theater that has the movie, right? So do we know whether this movie theater exists? We can't be totally sure, so buscamos un cine que tenga la película, right? We're looking for a movie theater that has the movie. May or may not exist, okay? What if we're in the car, though? We're in the car, we're on our way, and we're looking. Buscamos el cine que tiene la película. Now we've got a cinema that exists, right? We're looking for the movie theater that has the movie. All right, we know it exists. Okay. Same token. Okay. If I'm asking the question, hey, is there anybody here who knows where this movie theater is? ¿Hay alguien aquí que, with the verb saber, dónde está el cinema? Okay. I don't know if this person exists. I'm asking, hey, is there somebody here who knows? Okay. So that's where I'm going to need a subjunctive. ¿Hay alguien aquí que sepa dónde está el cine? Right? I don't know if this person exists. I'm asking if there is such a person. All right? And if somebody answers me with, well, yeah, of course, Steve over there. Sí, hay alguien aquí que sabe dónde está el cinema. Okay? So here I get to go into my present indicative because we're talking about an actual person. We know they exist. All right? So that was the first way. Okay? Thinking about whether that thing actually exists, the thing or the person. Right? The second way that we're going to use the subjunctive is leaving room for possibility. Okay? We can't just make these huge general statements without leaving a small room for possibility. Okay? For instance, hay un cine que tiene la película. Okay? I'm saying it with confidence that there is. I'm not asking the question. I'm saying that there is a movie theater that has the movie. Hay un cine que tiene la película. Indicative, present. Okay? If there's not, if I make the statement of no hay ningún cine que tenga la película. right? There is no movie theater that has that movie, okay? That's a big statement, and I might be totally convinced that there is no such movie theater, but I have to leave the smallest room for doubt by way of the subjunctive. No hay ningún cine que tenga la película, okay? The smallest little room for doubt, because it's always possible, okay? As much as we want to believe in the absolute zero, it's always possible. You never know, okay? For instance, if I said, well, hay dos personas que quieren verla, la película, right? Direct object pronoun, okay? Hay dos personas que quieren verla. Well, I'm making an affirmative statement. I'm saying that there are two people who want to see it, okay? But what if I feel that there's nobody? Nobody wants to see it, okay? No hay nadie, nobody, no hay nadie que quiera verla, okay? So I'm making a big statement about nobody, but I've got to leave that small bit of room, okay? Nadie, no one, right? I'm saying zero people, absolutely nobody, but what if? Because I never know. What if Carl back in the corner is like a movie on bird migration? Absolutely sign me up, at which point you're just like, Carl, right? But you've got to leave room for the possibilities. You got to leave room for the Carls, and that's where the subjunctive comes in. Okay, so for instance, think about, right, you're in a Spanish class in the future, and the teacher's saying, well, we'd love to watch a movie in class, but that movie has to meet some criteria. Okay, necesitamos una película que sea apropiada, okay, educativa y cómica, right? It's got to be all these things. We need a movie that does all these things, and that may not exist. We don't know, but of course you know that movie exists. Casi Divas, right? Oscar caliber, fine film, right? And so you'd say to that teacher, no te preocupes, right? I know that movie, right? La película, Casi Divas, la película es, and since you're talking about something you know exists, la película es apropiada, educativa, muy cómica, right? As you're talking about a firm movie that you know the existence of. So, recapping all of this, okay, the indicative is reality. It's concrete in nature. That's your present indicative, right? The subjunctive, well, this is like the world of flux, and it's like this dream world where who knows really what's going on. You're hoping, you're wishing, you're scared about different things, you're excited about other things, and of course, there's a ton of doubt in the world of the subjunctive, okay? For instance, a fact that we can all agree on is that today, right, I'm looking a tad bit bummish, right? Who knows what's going on with the razor situation, but el señor Gives no está bien afeitado. No está bien afeitado, right? It's a concrete fact, right? I am not well shaven today, okay? So there might be all sorts of emotions going out there, like Mrs. Jives right now, right? She could be angry that, hoping that, right? All these things, que me afecte, right? Influence, emotion, doubt, okay? And you could be thinking to yourselves, well, yeah, if the guy's going to shave, okay, él necesita un rastrillo que funcione. The verb funcionar, right, to work, to perform correctly. Él necesita un rastrillo que funcione, right? That razor may or may not exist, okay? Maybe I've just got like a super tough beard, right? I need some kind of special razor, and it doesn't exist. Probably exists, right? Probably exists. And you'd be thinking to yourself, like, well, and you know what? We get this guy a shave, he's gonna be looking a lot more normal, right? But then, of course, there's going to be the people who are like, normal, no razor's that good. No razor is that good, right? No hay ningún rastrillo que pueda ayudar tanto, right? There's no razor that can help that much, right? But no hay ningún, we're making a statement about nothing, right? There's no possible razor, but you got to leave that small room. Maybe there is a magic razor out there that can transform me into just like a phenomenal human being. All right. This is thick stuff. I get it, okay? Go to your book, 180 and 181, right? Come see me, 7:20 a.m. I'm happy to answer more questions, and I will be better shaven, right? But remember, okay, couple of big rules. 1, look for the K. 2, look left, okay? Find the K. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, look back that way, right? Find the K, look left. Thank you, muchas gracias, y hasta muy pronto.